time now for the Knights of the Round Square Oblong, some kind of table. Let's just call it the Knights.
You still hadn't, in 2 weeks of vacation, you still hadn't figured out what
Let's
it
just
is.
say the Knights. Just with the Knights, okay?
Okay.
With some kind of table.
Knights at a squared, round, marble, granite
There you
table.
go. There you go. People are getting tired of us making this reference, I'm sure, but we think we amuse ourselves easily, don't we?
We do.
We got. Let's crank this thing off. SEC Media Days coming up Monday. I'll be there for the opening gun. Michael Wayne speaks, and second on Monday, and then it's time to talk serious about some football. So today, we have challenged Tom Schmitz and Tom James and myself, Buddy Martin, to talk about these topics in a condensed version. What will be the most talked about subject at Media Days? Number one. Number two, what's going to be the most talked about team at SEC Media Days or topic, either one? And what coach or what coaches will step up to fill the void left by Steve Spurrier, who will not be there for the first time in 12 seasons. So, and only the third time in 27 or whatever. So, this is the topics. I'll go first, unless somebody wants to go first.
Okay. Oh, you're back.
I'm back. I'm back. So I might as well go. Okay, so here's my deal. The most talked about team will be Alabama, okay? Alabama because of the obvious fascination with Nick Saban, his success. Can Saban etch his face on Mount Rushmore permanently with a 5th national championship at Alabama and a 6th overall? Most people think the Tide is going to do it. They're kind of the consensus favorite for preseason polls, and so they're being talked about. We'll see. I think it might be a little bit short. And then I think the most talked about coach or topic is going to be Tennessee and Butch Jones. Butch Jones is at the fork in the road between a quantum leap and unemployment. One or the other,
Yeah, it's
leaning towards
pretty safe
unemployment.
To say.
Yeah, it could go either way. So are the Vols a pretender or a contender? And finally, I think it will take more than one to fill Steve Spurrier's shoes. I don't think there will be one guy, but I will surprise you. The guys I will say, Will Muschamp, not going to be him. He fills Spurrier's shoes, but not that way. But Hugh Freeze, who's still got a lot of explaining to do. And
a lot of explaining to do.
But he can kind of be funny a little bit occasionally, but he's going to talk. And then Les Miles, I'll surprise you. He can be quite humorous and colorful. So those are mine. That's what I'm expecting for SEC Media Days.
Okay, sounds good. Schmitty?
When talking about the story or the topic that I think may be the topic of Media Days, I think it's going to be the absence of Coach Spurrier. People are going to be talking up and down Radio Row about how Coach Spurrier is not there this year and that the comedy is gone. I think that's going to be a huge topic that they talk about is the lack of Coach Spurrier and the fact that his book is coming out. There's going to be some talk about that.
Let's
his
do
book's
that.
coming out. So, I think that'll...
We know a little something about that around here, don't we?
I think that'll be the topic of conversation. I think the team that will be the topic of conversation or the player will be the best player in the SEC, in my opinion, Leonard Fournette and the LSU Tigers. Okay. I think they're going to get a lot of talk because I think people are tired of Alabama and tired of them being on top, and they're looking for somebody to knock the bully off the block, and I think Leonard Fournette and the LSU Tigers will get a lot of run there as the team that can do that. And finally, the coach that I think will fill Steve Spurrier's shoes when he leaves, I'm with you, buddy. I don't think any one coach can do it. I think Les Miles is a good call because the Mad Hatters could be quite funny at times. But I'm going to go with the guy 30 miles up the road here in Gainesville. He's kind of got that how you doing, buddy attitude. Jim McElwain will go a long way in saying some pretty humorous things, I think, at SEC Media Days now that he's got his feet under him. So that's what I look for, Tom James.
Miles are that way also at that crossroads.
Absolutely. And I'll start with that particular topic about who fills Steve Spurrier's shoes? Of course, nobody. That takes a long time to develop that kind of cachet. But I'm going to pick one guy, and it's that guy. It's Jim McElwain. He, to me, is the yin to Nick Saban's Darth Vader yang, okay? Everybody's uptight when Saban's in the room. And when Jim McElwain walks in the room, everybody takes a deep breath, they smile, and he delivers lots, as we've seen, lots of great quotes. So I think Jim McElwain is just the guy to fill the void, at least in the quote-meister category at SEC.
Clarabelle may play quarterback.
I absolutely love it. As far as topics, I have a feeling that Jim Harbaugh's name is going to come up an awful lot with the satellite camps, the spring in Florida. Maybe that will never happen again, but it did happen. There's going to be some opinions on that bantied about, I'm sure. And the most talked about teams, I've got two of them, a tie. It's going to be Tennessee and Georgia. Tennessee, obviously, because the talent is there with Josh Dobbs at quarterback, Jalen Hurd, a great running back, ran for 1,200 yards last year. The expectations are high, and they better get it done or things could go south in a hurry in Knoxville. And, of course, Georgia with new head coach Kirby Smart. Is there going to be a new spark in Athens? Can he add that little bit of extra to help Georgia win big games now and reach the top?
Georgia fans think that they're going to be national champions every year, okay?
Yes, they do. Of course they do.
A bit of bad news, though. It's, again, the injury bug. Sonny Michel, running back, injured. They've got that. That happen to him every year. They're one of the key players. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. Can he be a head coach? We'll find out.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, obviously I ignored Alabama and I ignored Leonard Fournette. Those are obvious. But some of those other things are definitely going to come up.
No. All right, guys. Good job. It's here. SEC Media Days.
Excited.
That means it's
football
coming.
season.
Let's bring some football. Start the countdown officially, and we'll talk more about that every week. And, of course, don't forget, always pick up on us here on Southern Pigskin tonight. So stay tuned for that as well. All right, thanks to Tom Schmitz, Tom James. I'm Buddy Martin. We're the Knights and Some Kind of Table. We hope you've enjoyed this round, square, oblong table. We have. We'll see you again next week, same time, same station.